It's your boy The Cause, live from New Jupiter here at Heavy Artillery Studios, BraveHeartEnt Entertainment. Shout out to H, shout out to Lucci. The Cause, we here at CalmKingCausey.com. Release Party 2 Impact Paradise out now.
What's good? It's your boy B Hill, BraveHeartEnt Entertainment. We back at it again. Heavy A Studios. Y'all know where we at. I got my man Cause in here. What's good, bro? How you?
Yes, sir. BraveHeartEnt Entertainment. We in here. The Cause in the building, baby.
What is it? The Cause? Calm King Causey?
It's The Cause is my official stage name, but they call me, Causey, Calm King Causey, Calm King, like.
Oh, so this
The Cause is my official stage name and shit.
That's where
you can call me Causey on some cool shit, like whatever.
Yeah. So that's the Cause is like the stage rapper name, like this.
Yeah.
Like the streaming platforms and all that shit.
Yeah, like how Biggie was, his official name was Notorious B.I.G. I got Causey, Calm King, all these nicknames, but my official stage name is The Cause.
Yeah. That's what's up. I like that, bro. So I'll be out. They be out. They be looking at you and be like, yo, you got to listen for like 4 or 5 different names because you don't know when somebody try to call you.
Well, it's just, how it be happening sometimes. People call you different things, and then even as far as your stage name, then, you might have, it's like, Wayne got Weezy and Tunchi and all these things that, like Jay got so many damn nicknames that, the more you be out and people be knowing you and shit, you take on like these different things and stuff like that. So you feel me? It's also like an evolution of like, I don't know, like I said, the more love you get and the more you stay out, people that have different names and monikers that come to you and shit like that, or people just call you these different things and stuff like that. So
man, it sounds like we're about to start getting deep this early in the interview. Hold up. Oh
deep,
man,
baby.
Let's get into it real quick. Me and him actually just met, like what, last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Some shit like that?
2 weeks.
Right here when you were getting your song mixed and mastered.
Yeah.
The one that had just dropped. I forget the name of that shit.
Yeah.
The video.
It was the Wait For You Calls mix. I wanted to jump on Drake and Future shit real quick while I'm in between projects. And we shot a video for it in Brooklyn, New York. But yeah, Wait For You Calls mix out now. It's getting a lot of love and shit. So yeah, we was finishing. Me and Lucci was finishing mixing that up that day.
Man, shout out to Lucci. You was just saying off camera that you and Lucci go way back with this music shit.
Yeah, I know Lucci a long time. If you look at the first music video I was a part of, it was Knowledge featuring me when I was like 20, and Lucci was in the whole video with us. He was on the rooftop with us, and I've been working with him even before that. We probably met around like 17 or something like that, and shout out to Lucci at Lucci Wally on Instagram. For anybody that don't know, just super talented producer, engineer, singer, artist, songwriter, everything, in the area from Paterson, New Jersey. And yeah, that's my brother, man. I told him the other day, like when the Wait For You Calls mix visual came out and he was hitting me, how he loved how at the end he slowed the sample down, and he loved how it faded out in the video. And I was just like, yo, I love how we still working together all this time, because the more years that pile on, some people come, some people go, but when you have like certain people that you just continue to work with, even if you have like breaks and pauses in between, and somebody that you could rely on as far as getting it done, it's just, that's always gonna be fire. And it just, like I said, a lot of people go away and stop as well, or go on to other things. So when you see like your boy that you know forever consistently still doing his thing and elevating and moving up, and y'all still could come together and make some dope shit, like that shit is fire.
Yeah.
So shout out to Lucci.
Damn, so you've been around for a minute, and you've been doing this for a minute too, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because I was listening to your last project, and I think the first project you got on Apple Music is from like a minute ago.
Yeah.
I want to say like 2012, 2013 probably, right?
Yeah, probably 2011.
Oh, so yeah,
that would be a group project though. That's when it was The Cause and Knowledge. That was the group, and we had 2 projects at that time, which was, I had mad shit before in the beginning, mixtapes and everything when I was first coming out, but besides the project True First, that's like the only shit I had out solo that stayed out there, that was really like concrete and dope that people fucked with. Some of the shit it's not even like still out there no more, but that was like my first big project. But then in 2011 and stuff you see on streaming, cause True First is only on Bandcamp. But when I first started really getting quality like mixed music, putting it out there, it was with the Cause of Knowledge Jersey Shore EP. That's 2011. So
was that around the time like you was starting to take this seriously, or it was still like a little,
more or less
like
a
little side job?
Nah, I always was serious about it. But even though I always was serious about it, I would say I didn't really start doing shows and like putting myself out there like that till like 1920. So around by 2011, there's already like a couple of years, or maybe like 4 or 5 years, maybe 4 years of starting to really put in work and be more serious about it. Besides it just being a hobby, like really going out and getting it and putting myself out there. So yeah, it's been a minute, man. And when you go through my catalog and my projects, every project is dope, but it always gets bigger and better, and it always, expands to where, my catalog is underrated, to be honest with you. That's why, like, I gotta learn to stunt sometimes, because, you feel me, being humble is a thin line to where you could start selling yourself short, or where if you just don't say things, sometimes people won't always receive the message. Like, I feel like Wayne saying he was the best rapper alive made people start being like, damn, he right, or damn, is he? Let me check him out. Damn, he might be like. Yeah,
it's like you stirring up some controversy.
Yeah, sometimes just being bold enough to say what it is, but it's really confidence too. But it's like knowing what you have. Even if you just go from Release Party, the original Release Party, to Release Party 2 and Past Paradise, the project I got out now, you see a big difference in everything. It always, grows and evolves into something bigger and better, and like some more dope shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. I got one of the best catalogs. I learned from a lot of the greatest artists, just listening to them. So go through Release Party 1 and Release Party 2, start there, and then if you want, you could go back and listen to some of the old shit.
I like your music, for one, because you could hear the love of hip hop you got, and you could hear like the influences in your music. So it's like when I was listening to Release Party 2, I was like, yeah, this is a rap album, but I don't consider it like rap hip hop. I consider it like that underground shit, you know what I mean? Like when I was listening to Release Party 2, immediately I thought of Doom.
I was just listening.
Immediately I thought of Doom, and I was like, yo, this motherfucker had to grow up listening to Doom or some shit like that.
That's funny, man. I never got that comparison, believe it or not, but it's so funny because I was just listening to Mad Villain on the way here, and I put it in my car yesterday listening to it.
So is he one of the kind of inspirations behind the way you do music?
Oh, man, it's a lot of people. Kanye is like, he was my biggest influence coming up. Him, Outkast.
Because you got the ATLians on the intro of Release Party 2.
Yeah, I'm actually on the song with Big Rule, who was, he's the OG in the Dungeon family. For those that don't know, Outkast Squad, like, Big Rule, Goody Mob, Outkast, Sleepy Brown, Rico Wade, Ray Murray, Organized Noise. There's a lot of people, and I first heard of Big Rube listening to Outkast, listening to ATLians, listening to Aquemini, and listening to all this shit. And when you get into like Goody Mob and the rest of the Dungeon family, he's on everybody albums, and he was in Society of Soul. So this is the second song I did with Big Rube. The first one was a song that on the Cause of Knowledge album Discovery, called Final Destination, produced by Mr. Green, who a lot of people would know in the underground. Super dope producer from Jersey too. But yeah, this new one, Desensitized with Big Rule.
Yeah.
I think it's even harder, man. This shit is super dope, and this is actually an exclusive right now. Desensitized with Big Rule from Release Party 2. The visual is coming out this year. we've had it shot for a minute, but I've been holding it in a couple other
So the
things.
video's done already?
We shot it in Atlanta. We shot it in front of, I believe we was in Southwest Atlanta. I think that's where Rube from. We shot it in front of Big Rube's mural, Outkast mural, Goody Mob, Organized Noise. On the other side of the building, they had, you know, Gucci, Luda, T.I., Jermaine Dupri, Lil Jon, everybody, 2 Chainz. Doug might have been up there, but yeah, we shot it down there in Atlanta. Super, super dope. You know, Desensitized, it's like, I feel like it's like half a street anthem, half a almost like a socially conscious anthem, because it's like some shit just sonically, that's some shit you could just ride through the block and dump it, and you just like, this shit hard, but at the same time it's layers to the song and we really saying something. You feel me? And I feel like Rube on the hook in between is like your hood operator, like somebody coming on the radio to really tell you something. And Big Rube, he really blessed me with the verse at the end. It's amazing. So shout out to Big Rube, shout out to the whole Dungeon family. But not to get lost on this shit, and I'm gonna pass it back to you. Like I said, Kanye, Outkast, I love Frank Ocean, I love Lauryn Hill, Fugees, Jersey too. I love a lot of different people, from, you know, Badu to Raphael Sadiq to, if we bring it back to the hip hop, Common. And these are guys that influenced me coming up. Lupe. It's a lot of different people, man, but those are definitely some of the main ones. And yeah, Doom, you know, just growing up wanting to know everything. You know, I was into Little Brother, MF Doom, you know, just anybody that was super dope and original and different. And I feel like, you know, with Doom, I mentioned him on the Wait For You Calls mix because I did a show in his town in Long Island.
Word.
And I had to go to his block because they named it after him.
Yeah.
MF Doom KMD Way, which was his first group, KMD. And you know, we was blowing down on his block, and so I had to put that in the calls mix and stuff like that. But yeah, man, my influences range from a lot of just dope hip hop and like soul music, neo soul. Yeah. You know, whatever, just got a vibe to it.
Dan, you said something that I wanted to circle back on, because we were talking about the influences and everything, the underground scene, and we was talking about desensitized. Yeah. We're gonna circle back to that, but sticking with these influences though, and you was mentioning Lauryn Hill, Fugees, and everything. You bring that all to light in your songs. You mentioned the miseducation of Lauryn Hill in your song. So like we know, like listening to you, who you really fuck with the most, and it really shows how true like a hip hop historian you are. Because some people who might be listening to you now might be like, miseducation, what the fuck is that? Then they go look that shit up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wear my influences on my sleeve, man. And I always want, I don't know, these people influence me, so I feel like it's my right to give it back, especially like you said, the miseducation line. That's in the song Soul Jams, which is a flip on Slow Jams from Kanye, which like I said, growing up, his albums was the albums I was loving the most and really learning a lot from, especially him being a producer. I learned a lot from listening to his shit. And but on their song they was talking about Earth, Wind and Fire and Aretha Franklin and a lot of the oldies, and I just wanted to bring my vibe, like I said, that neo soul / just kind of like alternative R&B, you know, like Frank Ocean and Miseducation, but also getting into some of the classic artists, but it was just more personal of what I fuck with. So I had like Stevie Wonder and Donny Hathaway. And some people might not even know pick up on certain things if they don't know the reference, because like I had the line where I said, play something complex like Mind Sex, which is a song from Dead Prez. Yeah. So like I said, it's always, I mentioned Tribe and De La and you know, Instant Vintage from Raphael Sadiq and Badu and all these different things. So I like to wear my influences on my sleeve, and just I feel like I do it with my sound. But some things like that will make it even, you know, more obvious to people, like where I'm really coming from. Like, yo, if you fuck with this and, you know, you want somebody to fill this space that's open right now where, you know, You know, we got Kendrick out there and we got some amazing people, but I feel like the way Griselda filled that street, underground side, you feel me, and how like my boy Fatboy Sharif, you should tap in with him if you haven't heard. He's filling in a whole nother just abstract, bizarre, crazy side. But like I said, there's people that want to hear, you know, something like when they was coming up and hearing B from Common, or like Graduation or something, or like I mentioned Fugees, all these people.
Like those classic projects and those classic songs.
Yeah, but it's a certain feel to it too where, like I said, to me, I don't always get too wrapped up in labels too, because yeah, it's all different sounds, but it's like the same way you got a Kweli or a Mos Def, you got a Badu and a D'Angelo and a Bilal and all these people, but then it's like you got more on the hardcore hip hop side, like people like Gangstar, that, you feel me, it's almost like a certain consciousness to it, but also even when it's not that heavy, it's a certain consciousness to it as a musician, where it's like we understand that vibrations and frequency and even the things we saying, we understand that how that can affect you. So we're gonna be kind of ourselves, but still like at least responsible enough as artists to give you something that is not gonna like help you self-destruct and shit. You feel me?
Yeah. Yo, you just said a whole lot that I really want to speak about and I love, bro. First of all, shout out to Fatboy Sharif. You're the second person that actually brought up Fatboy Sharif in an interview.
Yeah, that's my brother. I've known him a long time.
Shout out to the Eye of the Genius. I did an interview with him and he was, and you know, he's big in the underground scene.
Yeah.
Like, just like you are, just like everybody else. So, like, just to hear how close the underground scene is, and like y'all really work together and show love to each other is fucking dope. I love that.
Yeah, and before we move on, this another exclusive that nobody know about, man, is that me and Fatboy Sharif, we've been toying with the idea of doing a project. Like I said, we known each other for a long time. Actually, some people might not know now, but not too long ago, a couple years back, there was a crew called Strange Colors. It was me, Fatboy Sharif, Knowledge, and 89 the Brainchild. We had a lot of other people we fucked with, but that was the four like members of the official group and everything. And Fatboy's a good brother, man. He winning right now. Fatboy Sharif, Roper Williams, Drive By, the whole camp. Shout out to everybody. And that new project Fatboy got out, Planet Unfaithful. He just continues to. He different, man. Ain't nobody like him and shit. So I'm just continuously happy to, you know, see him win, because I feel like the way like 38 Spec said he got inspired by Westside Gun and knowing him and putting him on the things with the game, even though I was rapping before Fatboy Sharif, but like he was doing it a couple years, and then once he really kicked that door in and found the right people,
it was like game over right there.
Yeah, like he's just been, you know, like I said, it's a beautiful thing, because he's also completely passionate, love the craft and the music, and that's what he's about. It's not about no bullshit. So like I said, shout out Fatboy Sharif. It's always good to see a real motherfucker win and doing good shit, you feel me?
Yo, I love this too, because it's almost like y'all are keeping the culture alive.
Yeah, I feel like we are.
When the rap game like progresses every year, I feel like every year we losing the culture, like day by day type shit. And I like how you were saying with the underground scene that you got taken over, Tig, all these people you was mentioning, right? Do you almost seem like it's like a dying breed in rap right now, or like a dying sound that y'all are still keeping alive?
I would say yes and no, because like I said, in certain ways people want to, there's a void with certain aspects of music in general and in hip-hop that some people, like I said with Griselda, they filled up a whole void that was empty, that nobody really had their foot in that door, and then as soon as they opened the door, it was like half motherfuckers that was like, damn, we've been on that same shit, like we could get in the game now, like people checking for us. And then it was like half people that was like, oh, that's what's popping, let me try to do that. And that's how it be sometimes. But you know, Fatboy Sharif, he in a chamber that's like Kool Keith, Young Z, everything from Old Dirty Bastard to Biz Marquee, so many different things. So that's why I say we original. So, you know, we have our influences and we could be a mix of like certain things, but since we original, it's also nobody that really got our style. You feel me? Like we bringing something new to the game where we learning from some of the masters that came before us, but we tying in our own experience and putting all these things together. So it's kind of like 50-50 on one side. Like I said, there's a vein that people is not really hitting on right now. That I feel like we're like a breath of fresh air to the game, and people want to hear what we coming with because we might remind them of like something that they haven't got in a long time, but at the same time, like the other 50 is, like I said, we brand new with it too. So we introducing concepts and different sounds and just different things that nobody ever touched at the same time. So I feel like that's why right now, like in 2023, like dudes like us is winning. Dudes and women like us, just real artists and creative people, because like I said, we bringing something that's like, I'll speak for myself on my music, like I'm bringing something that's fun, but I'm bringing something that's still thought-provoking, something that if you don't want to think that much, you could vibe to, but if you want to think something, there's plenty there for you to take in. So it's that balance of like great music and at the same time giving my experience and, you know, still twisting and tying words together in a way like, yeah, nobody can fuck with me on the craft, but really just wanting to put out like a dope vibe for people and something to keep people going, and you know, hopefully just influence people to just feel a little better, or to be able to be themselves, or just to have some shit, like I said, to get them day to day, because people need them vibes, you feel me?
Yeah. So now when it comes to that and the rap game we got now, does it kind of like make you feel some type of way that a lot of these artists, because I know it makes me feel some type of way, but I'm not an artist, where it's almost like people is making a mockery of the rap game now, and they're making like a mockery of the culture, because anybody getting behind a mic now and rapping, like it's,
I mean,
they don't do it for the culture no more, they just do it for the fame, the clout, anything.
Well, you know what, man, I'm a firm believer that I feel like real shit is always gonna last. Like they said on Pound Cake, the real shit is always gonna last. All the other shit gonna fade away or whatever, you feel me? Like, because I look at it like, man, yeah, some people, it's a difference when you meet someone that has passion, that really knows about this shit. That's what it should be. And those people, they continue to go on and get bigger and better. And like the thing is about anything, you gotta really be about the shit. Now some people, they good with business, marketing. Some people just want to get attention, and they might be in it for vain reasons, but at the same time, someone like that lives a vain life, and they either gonna have to eventually, something gonna happen that's gonna make them like, damn, I'm not living for the right reasons, or you feel it in your gut, man. It's about real shit. The people that play ball, that really know about it, that really do it, the people that do music, whatever it is, if you an actor in movies, whatever you do, like you gotta really be about it, you gotta live it. And like I said, when people meet somebody that is popping and dope, but that is real and authentic, and you know, people like that don't come around every day, so it might take a little bit longer. And this for anybody that is an artist or anything that's working to put themselves out there in like a bigger way than most people do. Like at the end of the day, you know, you just gotta believe in yourself, and everybody might not see it at first, you feel me? Like you were saying, the type of artist, you might see some artists that seem like they blew up overnight, which I don't know if that really happens to anybody, but some people get envious because they see somebody that looks like they more in it for like the wrong reasons, and they got on quicker, and they like, damn, I'm real, why it's not happening for me? I make dope shit, but
that shit happen all the time.
Yeah, but if you look at the Scissors, the Anderson Paaks, whoever it is, like Anderson .Paak, did I say his name wrong? I don't want to say my man's name wrong. Super dope. Like these people, it took them longer to get on. You feel me? But once they got on, even Drake, like Wayne even talked about how he first heard Drake and he was like, what the fuck is this? Don't play me no shit like this.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when he heard it again in a different mind state, he was like, who the fuck is this? So, you know, you can't never get discouraged, man. You gotta just stay on your grind, do your shit. If you know you dope, don't worry about how long it's gonna take. The people that quit after a couple years, I feel like their heart wasn't really in it, man. You feel me? Because what you gonna do? You gonna make it in 2-3 years of doing music, and if you really love it, man, there's times I've thought about this shit. I'm like, damn, I don't know who to trust. I feel like I hate everybody right now. Everybody on some other shit, and then it's like you still find yourself writing because it's just in your bones. You feel me? Like
it's like you can't get away from writing anything. You can't get away from like creating music. Just even if you try to, it still brings you back in.
Yeah, and you gotta be also confident enough that you could keep adjusting your crown, get into it, wipe the dirt off, keep learning every day. Like as long as every experience is a learning experience, and you just keep building, you're not gonna worry about how many years, because you just gonna be doing your shit. Every year it's gonna get bigger and better, and it's gonna keep growing. You feel me? So just don't ever get discouraged. The real ones, you might not get on overnight. You feel me? But when you get on, there's nobody. It's 100. It's 100 of this guy, and there's only one of you, and that's you. You feel me? Nobody can't take that from you. Like once you get your foot in the door, people like, damn, I never heard nobody like this.
Yeah.
So if I want this, I gotta go over there. It don't matter what 100 people is doing the same thing. You feel me? Like when you original, you'll have the long lasting career.
Yeah, I like that, man. What I really want to do, I want to pick your brain a little bit, bro.
Okay.
Because from your song making ability to your rhyme scheme to the wordplay to the album covers to the skits you got in front of the songs, the hooks you got, there's a whole lot to unpack in every single one of those.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So, like, if we look at the name of the fucking project, we was just talking about it, the part 2.
Release Party 2.
Release Party 2. The whole extraterrestrial artwork. And then even on it, you were saying from the planet of Jupiter. New Jupiter and everything like that. Where does that come from? What's that all about?
New Jupiter, that at first was just like a slang for Jersey. That's where it first came from, but a lot of things are very spiritual and aligned, so then they start to grow, and as time goes on, they could start to mean different things or whatever. But New Jupiter, it really just started as like some New Jersey shit, like being on some fly, new, different shit that everybody like coming with something that I always said, like in Jersey, we the most slept on of all time, and we got all these amazing people that came from Jersey that everybody love. I'm talking about all-time fucking huge celebrities, but maybe because we get overshadowed by New York, it's not New York's fault, but maybe that's what it is. But I was like, man, we used to have New Jerusalem, we had Dirty Jersey, Garden State is always going to be there, but I was like, man, we got to come with some new shit. It's almost like they making it, and this, at first, this was the era of Jersey Shore too, so I'm like, they making it, even though they was popping in their world, but I'm like, they acting like it's not fly to be from Jersey, so like, fuck it. We the black sheep, like we aliens, we from New Jupiter, you feel me?
And like I said, with the song making ability, the rhyme scheme and all that too, it's some shit we haven't heard of. Like you said, it's a breath of fresh air. Like when your song pops up, I'm like, damn. And it gives me that nostalgic feeling where I'm back to where when I was younger in my family's apartment, and my brother put in fucking Grandmaster Cass album or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And I'm like back in that nostalgic feeling where I'm just sitting there like, yo, this is like a feel-good era right here. But you don't only do that. You give us that feel-good era, but you're also talking that real shit in your music too. Like I said, and you said, some of your songs you gotta play back. You gotta play back again. Be like, wait, I missed a lot of parts in this song. Let me run this back.
And more than that, you're gonna want to. It's gonna be fun for you to be like, hold up, what the fuck he said? But it's some real shit though, or it's just some like it could be some fly shit, some funny shit, or some shit that means something to you, but you'll be like, damn, man, I'm gonna have to play this a couple more times and really take it in. You feel me? But you're gonna fuck with it off the rip, but there's always gonna be, even years down the line, there might be something you missed in the song that you catch on later and shit.
Oh yeah, I still be listening to some Lil Wayne songs and I miss a bar and I'm like, yo, how did I miss that 10 years ago?
Yeah, some shit you catch like way later, like, oh shit, I listened to this 100 times, I talked about this bar, but like, yo, I never even caught this line right here, you feel me? Or just some shit that maybe you go through something and now a line hits different for you like than it did before, you feel me?
It was so much shit. I actually had to write some of this shit down, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you because I want to talk about the KOJ song.
Okay, Kids on the Journey.
Kids on the Journey.
Premiered on Hot 97 by Peter Rosenberg. Shout out to Peter Rosenberg.
Yeah, that was on Hot 97. That's fire.
Yeah, that and Desensitized was played on Rosenberg's show.
Desensitized might be my favorite song off that project. So let's just get that out the way. That's my shit right there. But Kids on a Journey. Immediately, like, you brought me back when I heard that song. Not even heard it. I saw the name of the song and brought me to Mac Miller. Instantly, and I was like,
we used his image in the video along with, you know, XXX and a lot of other people, Pop Smoke, DMX, Old Dirty, Print, all over, from Prince, Jimi Hendrix. Well, we wanted to put a lot of those people, especially the people that passed away over the last couple of years, and I feel like KOJ was a different vein for me where I really wanted to show, like, we had Juice WRLD in it, a lot of different people, but then we had like Tupac and Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Amy Winehouse, a lot of people that was beautiful artists that went through shit. A lot of it touches on mental health, so, you know, like I said, when you said Mac Miller, I thought, like, when we did it, I'm like, yeah, we had Lil Peep, like, we gotta put all these people in there that really mean something to people.
That's exactly what I was gonna bring up too, because I was like, the mental health aspect in rap, and that's dope that you put all these artists in there who had like the spotlight on them for like a cool 3-4 years. The world was on them, right?
Yeah.
And then unfortunately they had to be taken away from us. But it comes to the whole mental health thing and how there's a whole stigma around it, especially being a rapper. You know what I mean? So now as a rapper, if you're going by like these labels and all these people, they want you to rap a certain type of way, but you got on this track and you was like, nah, we gonna do this, and you were very comfortable about rapping about the mental health aspect because these artists are regular people.
Right.
The fans don't realize that everyone's just a regular person. They think you're famous, you're a rapper, you ain't got no problems to worry about.
Right.
And that's just a dope ass concept you had, because you was bringing up, you said, I can't sleep. They think I got ADHD. Matter of fact, it's ADHD. I'm saying it wrong. What is it? The ADHD bar?
I said it's the beginning of the second verse of KOJ. They been gave trouble since the ABCs. They tried to make us read, but we had ADD. Or maybe ADHD, as mama would tell. I was bouncing off the walls. You was silent as hell. And yeah, like things like that. I was inspired by like, well, first of all, KOJ, out of anybody, I would say is my biggest inspirations on it was Kid Cudi and Kendrick Lamar. So Kendrick Lamar, he has the song ADHD. And also, Joyner Lucas had a song called ADHD, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I believe, yeah, and that joint is stupid. Like, he went off, and I feel like that inspired me to, like, put something like that in a song, and I talk about my sisters, and I talk about a lot of different things on that song, from, like, financial issues, and, you know, obviously with the title, it deals with childhood, and it talks about, like, it's like a coming-of-age story, really, so, you know, I just feel like Nick Wiz produced that, and Nick Wiz has produced for Rakim. He's produced for, you know, he did something with DMX early on before people know him.
DMX.
Like, RPX. Like Nick Wiz, I really knew him from working with like a lot of Jersey artists like Chino XL and Milk Bone, but he's known from like Cellar Dwellers a lot and like Lyricist Lounge type shit. Shaban Sadiq. But he had posted this beat one day on IG, and I know him. He from Jersey, and I was like, "Yo, what you doing with that?" So as soon as I got it, when I heard that beat, I'm like, "Yo, Nick Wiz, this is some release party too. This some Causey shit right here. Like, let me get this right here." But at first, I had a whole nother chorus to it. It was cool, but I kind of knew, like, I think I might come with like something better. I don't know where this hook came to me. Like, I feel like the dopest shit, it just come to you. I don't believe in writer's block. I don't believe in like forcing myself to write when I could be doing nothing, and then it's just like, oh shit. Or you feel me, you just blow down and just let it flow out, however it flow out. But I feel like KOJ, I feel like it's one of the best songs I ever wrote. You feel me? I wrote the whole song. My boy 100 Grand, who's been my, that's been my boy for forever too. Like, he helped me out with adding to the chorus, and he really became the whole chorus. Like, he's singing the chorus, and like I said, from the beat to the lyrics, the chorus, I feel like definitely KOJ is like one of the best songs I ever written. Yeah. So I'm really proud of that one right there.
Now, how does it feel for you as a rapper to really open up that side of you? Not even that side of you, but even that side of a conversation where you're gonna rap about stuff people don't feel comfortable rapping about, like getting vulnerable on a track, talking about mental health, talking about like real life problems we going through.
I just feel like I always wrote like that. Like, since I was coming up, like in my late teenage years, I always just wrote about real experiences, whether it was something firsthand, something somebody else went through that I knew, or something I heard about. And also, I never thought about it till now, but like growing up, I was big on Joe Budden music too, like the whole mood music shit. So, him being from Jersey, he influenced me to wear the Devil's hat, which a lot of time, I think I got one on right now. I got an old school Devil's hat. But coming up, it was about the fittest. Like, everybody, even when I started going to hip hop events and being on shows, you'll see dudes rocking the Devil's fitted and shit. But then, years later, when everybody wearing dad hats, I'm like, man, let me still keep it OG, but like on some new shit, like with the Devil's snapbacks, the Devil's. It's like in LA, they wear the Kings, and it's like, we don't watch hockey, but, like, we repping for where we from, especially because Jersey don't got no teams. But so Joe Budden influenced me to wear the Devils, but then I would see, like I said, mad people wearing it. But like, when I first was hearing Joe, I feel like, I remember hearing like Mood Music 2 and 3, and like, on 2, he still had like a lot of just shit that was just lyrical, but by 3, he kind of went full like mood music, like we talking about this shit, we getting into that zone, and I didn't really relate to it till I started going through more shit, and I heard it again, and I was like, damn, like he got his own genre, you feel me? Like, he made this shit a genre, you feel me? So I don't know, I feel like just coming up, whether it was him or even somebody like a Kweli, I just listen to people that talk that real shit, whatever it is that's real to them. And like I said, from Kendrick Lamar, whoever, like, these are people that I put myself in that bracket of, like I said, making great music, but speaking our truth, because that's what we're here to do. Like, music is a big vessel to influence people in a positive way, and we shouldn't take it for granted. So, and even just if I could share my life and maybe help somebody else out in whatever way, you feel me? I feel like that's a great thing and an important thing.
Yeah, and I like that too, because a lot of people don't realize that's really how hip-hop started for real. Yeah. Hip-hop started as a pathway for a lot of these artists and people in these certain neighborhoods to make a way for themselves. Not even make a way, it was more about like kicking knowledge, tell you my struggle and everything. And I'm a big fan of anything you digest, you can learn from.
Yeah.
Whether it be music, TV shows, movies, anything. You should walk away from listening to that or watching that with learning something, one thing. Like, it doesn't have to be a lot. You can learn one thing from a song. And a lot of these artists are really considered teachers to a lot of people. I know me especially, because I listen to every type of subgenre of rap, right? Like, you won't get in my car we're gonna be drilling and gangbanging 1 minute, then we're gonna be crying the next. So like I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
But I'm also like a big hip hop head.
Yeah.
So that's mainly what you're gonna get. But that's the shit that I gravitate to the most, because not only were they knowledgeable, but they were talking about like the struggle, and I don't mean the struggle of like growing up. I mean like the real life struggle. Mm-hmm. These artists were vulnerable back in the day.
Yeah.
And back then, I would consider it more tougher than now. So like for them to be vulnerable then, I feel like it shouldn't even be a reason why these artists now can't be vulnerable in music or speak on certain shit.
Yeah, man, I think you should. You feel me? And it's definitely out there to a certain degree, but it might not be highlighted all the time because, you know, it's about telling your story, and it's about relating to people, and it's about, you know, it's a connection with people. So I feel like music should even help you peel back the layers of like, damn, you know, I would have never really said this in a song or talked about this, but, you know, I feel like I could find a fly way to freak it, or like a dope way to get it across to people and kind of like live my truth while making some dope shit. I don't know, man. You know, it's kind of like with actors. Some actors, they like roles that scare them a little bit. Like, damn, I gotta get into this whole other shit. Like, can I really do this and put myself out there like that? So, you know, I feel like with music, you should be pushing your own boundaries. It's not really always about everybody else. Like, yeah, you want everybody to fuck with your shit, but if you got good taste, you already know what it is. You gotta keep progressing in some way. So sometimes that might be, you know, experiment with sound, but sometimes that might be being able to be vulnerable and like, you know, shed some light on things that, you know, that's why like even with Kendrick's new album, people was kind of split on it. Some people loved it. I guess some people felt like it was too preachy or whatever, too serious, whatever it was that they were saying. And I feel like, you know, even great music sometimes is going to split people depending on where they are in their life. That's why, you know, art is eternal, because I could hear something and not really fuck with it, and maybe 10 years will go by, maybe 1 year will go by, but you hear it again, and like I said, it could either be that you went through something that changed your perspective, like you was in a place ready to hear it, or for whatever reason it just hit you differently, like damn, this was dope as hell, and it didn't hit me at that moment.
Yeah.
That's why, like, you know, trends and everything to a certain degree is like funny and silly, because real shit is always gonna be there. Some people get it right away, some people don't. But like me, I never rush myself to get into an artist or an album or a movie. Like if I'm not in that place, you feel me? Like there's some people that you'll be like, damn, I can't believe it took me this long to fuck with it, but that's just what it is. You ain't fuck with it at that time for whatever reason. So everything has its time, but it's dope how I listen to artists that when I was younger, I would have never listened to. Like, you know, you start getting into different genres and sub-genres and this and that, and there's shit coming up that your grandparents might have played that you like, man, this is some boring shit. And then, like, later it hits you in a different way when you're growing up, like, oh, damn, this dude playing that shit. Exactly. Or you hear it in a movie or something, like, damn, you know, that shit kind of dope. Yeah. But now you got a connection with it because you like, damn, my grandparents listened to this.
And especially as an artist like yourself, you could take that, flip it, sample it, and now it's a whole different feeling for you.
Yeah, exactly, man. You know, music is forever, art is forever. It's always going to be around. Even books, whatever it is, it's going to be around. So, you know, it's going to find the right people at the right time, and everybody, you just got to trust that. Like, it's going to find you when you need it and shit.
Yeah. Speaking of these different sounds and these subgenres we were talking about, not even for you, just in general, for artists in general, how hard is it to not be stuck in a box when it comes to this? Because a lot of these artists, they get that one hit song that sounds a certain way, and now we hear the next 5, 6, 7 hit songs sound that same type of way, and they're stuck in that little box and they can't get out. Or when they try to get out and they try some different shit, all the fans, and not even the fans, like the media and everybody, they're looking at them like, nah, you can't rap no more, you're not nice no more. Like,
I feel like it's easy for me to not get trapped in a box, because like everything about me, I'm an artist, I'm Aquarius, I'm fucking, what else am I? I'm a lot of things that goes against.
Very spiritual.
Yeah, I'm a lot of things that I don't like. Cliche shit, I don't like people, I don't like robotic shit, like as far as like small talk and we just going through the motions. Like, nah, like be real. I would never want to stay in a box, you know. It's easier for me to not stay in a box just because like I really do this shit. I want to keep experimenting. I want to find the next sound that I'm going for. I want to have fun. Like when I got Lost, the song Lost, when I got the beat for Bloom, a lot of these songs, some of my biggest songs, I would hear it and I would know I need this beat right now, but it would be so different from what I was usually doing that I would just let it come to me. Like I said, I'm not gonna force myself to write. Like, but I know I need this beat, and when the time is right, you know, I'm gonna get on this. And like KOJ, I didn't know what to do with it at first, but I knew, like, you know, Erykah Badu, she calls it downloading. When you're going through different periods where you living and things are coming into your experience that, you know, will lead you to the next section of you writing all the time and coming with a new album or whatever the case may be. And I feel like my intuition will know the right music to put with what I'm about to come with, but I might be still experiencing a couple things, and then eventually, you know, one day it just comes to me like we just some misguided, messed up in the head, kids on a journey we ain't never ever dead. It's like you gotta be tapped in. Like it's a whole nother conversation where it comes from, but it comes to you, and you know, it's just a beautiful thing, man, for real.
It's like, I don't want to say the vibe, but it's more like the energy you're in when creating certain sounds and certain shit you want to do. So like if you were in like a messed up headspace during that time, that song could have came out completely different, or any of your songs could have came out completely different than the way they did. So it's not even like a creative thing. It's more of like a you thing, like a mindset type of thing. I feel like.
Word. Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, KOJ, the whole release party too, is just like, and just my music period. My thing is like, I want to be real. I want to make the best music. I want to have some shit that, you know, it's all type of dope artists, but everybody has to come with their own shit. So you can't compare nobody to a Frank Ocean. You can't compare nobody to Outkast. You can't compare nobody to CeeLo or Common. All these different people that just got their own thing. So it's like, that's what it is, man. Like release party 1, I just wanted to come with bangers. You know, Feel Me kind of goes with what you were saying. The song Feel Me with Fuzz Rico. Yeah. Because that's when I was in like that kind of mindset like that you was talking about. But I just wanted to come with jams. And release party 2, it's like we coming with more jams and more just dope fly shit for you to listen to, but like we touching on deeper topics at the same time, you feel me? Yeah.
So now, what was the thought process of putting out Release Party 2, of making it like a duo instead of creating a whole new project? Why was it Release Party 1, Release Party 2? And are we getting a trilogy?
Yeah, you know what, man? We might have a Release Party 3, man. You know, I've definitely been toying with the idea and probably ending it as a trilogy, you feel me? But it's a lot that went into that. You know, I think my boy had suggested it, my boy 100 Grand. I think he was like, you should do a second one, and I was like, nah. I was moving on to working on a lot of other different songs, and I'm like, well, you know what, like, all my albums, it just be like the hottest shit I got at the moment. Like all my shit is dope, but the fuck your head up shit, like damn, this shit crazy. Like my best shit, that's what I put on the project, and everything else I leave off, and I might build on it or I might forget about it. But like that's how Release Party 1 was. That's how Release Party 2 was. Any song could be a single.
Yeah.
Any song could be your favorite song. It might be the song that people talking about the least that's your favorite song that you like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah. Why the fuck nobody talking about this one? This the best one. You feel me? And yeah, so my boy 100, he suggested doing a sequel, and at first I was like, nah. And I just thought about it. I was like, I don't think people is really getting the Release Party thing. And you know, I'll feel bad because some people, a couple people, I'll explain it to them and they like, yeah, cause I got it, I knew what you meant. But a lot of people don't be getting it. They just think it's a release party. Yeah. And some people even thought it had something to do with a real release party. And I'm like, nah, y'all don't understand it. You got to come to my shows. It's like, flip it backwards. Party, release, release party. Like, it's a flip on words, but it's like, man, we gonna have a good time. You probably gonna sweat in here. Some people gonna dance. Some people gonna just listen to it. Some people gonna be blowing down, drinking, whatever. We gonna have a good ass time, be lit, and go through it together, and go through the things that we have in our lives together. So we releasing a lot of negative shit we gotta release, but also we releasing, our experience and who we are. And we getting to be who we are. So I just felt like the release party concept, it wasn't done yet. I'm like, I came up with it from performing release parties. Like,
you got me thinking now. I'm like, God damn, that's so fire.
Yeah, so I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna continue this. But then the Impasse Paradise part, it came in because, funny enough, one day I just posted it on a picture on Instagram. I just wrote Impasse Paradise, and I liked it so much it stayed with me. And so I was like, yo, I should do a subtitle like Release Party 2 Impasse Paradise. Yeah. Because now it's like it's keeping the concept going, but at the same time, like, it's introducing this is where I am now. Like, we still on that release party shit, but this is Impasse Paradise. This is like a new chapter, you feel me?
Yeah, and I like that. I'm hoping for a trilogy, man. It's on camera too, so he gonna get it. Mind you, him and Lucci and H locked in already, so
yeah. It's and Shot Bugs as well, and So Amazing. You know, Heavy Artillery, my fan. So Amazing Studios, my fan. And Lucci and Shy is like, you know, they've been the main engineers I've been working with forever. You feel me?
And they're not gonna let them stop either. So they like
Lucci recorded,
especially Lucci.
Yeah, Lucci recorded the whole Release Party 1, and Shot Bugs mixed it with me.
And you had Lucci on Release Party 1.
Yeah, actually, well,
was it Release Party 1?
He's on the song on Release Party 2. He's on Juke Guy.
That's what it is.
Cause I went to Lucci, I'm like, yo, I need some heavenly vocals on this song right here. Like, this is Juke God. You know, I'm doing my thing on it, but I really wanted him like in the background. And I just told him heavenly vocals, and he laid that shit down. He was playing with the sound, different tones. In like 30 minutes, we had, you know, his vocals on Juke God, and so. And Lucci recorded me. He recorded me recording Juke God. And he recorded, I believe, Impasse Paradise, which is the last song on the project. So Lucci has, you know, he might have recorded something else, and I can't remember. He's had a big part in it, and the studio Heavy Artillery, because also Saga, shout out to him, he recorded me and Nyambi doing Lost here. Yeah. And I think he recorded me doing Soul Jams at Silk City Lab. So, you know, these are all studios that had a big part in like me coming up and everything like that, and putting these projects together. But yeah, y'all let me know if y'all want Release Party 3. You know, y'all let me know if y'all want to hear that, man, and we'll see what we could come up with.
They want to hear it. Because if it's anything like the shit you've been recording now and the shit you've been putting out right now, they want to hear it.
Word.
Because you got a voice in this little subgenre we got going on, and we keep saying it's a breath of fresh air, but like it really is.
Yeah,
it's a voice in the game, and it's a voice that people need to hear. You know what I mean?
People's fucking with it right now, and I'm grateful for it. I mean, Release Party 2, like I said, you know, besides Rosenberg playing 2 songs before the album even came out, which was like mind blowing, man. You know, I didn't know that was gonna happen. Working with Nick Wiz, working with Big Rube again, you know, shout out to Rube, going down to Atlanta to shoot Desensitized, man. I can't wait for y'all to see that. The Empath's Paradise video is on the way as well. And like I said, the Wait For You Cause mix, like, I just wanted to just have fun. Like, this is something I can't make no money off it. It's not my beat. It's just me loving the craft and wanting to touch something and put my spin on it and really, like, get off the shit that I needed to say and just keep giving y'all content, man. So, like I said, it's a beautiful thing. Anybody out there support me, you already know it's always love, because it's not an easy road, but, you know, it's kind of an easy road when you got that discipline to stick on it and just make dope shit. But at the end of the day, like, to have my music properly received like that, to have people seeing it for what it really is a beautiful thing. So, you know, I salute all y'all. Much love out there.
Man, what else you want to tell the people out there? You got anything else?
Man, I just want y'all to know I got a lot of fucking music coming. I got a lot of music, a lot of videos, a lot of shows coming up. You know, I just had performed in Brooklyn. Right. Shout out to A Sharp, Lifelong, Respect the God, Poet, Cut Supreme. And I'll just leave it at the main people because there's so many people. But it was dope. It was dope to do an underground show in Brooklyn. It's been so long. And to be with a lot of my Jersey fam. 2023 it's already an amazing year. I appreciate you, man.
Of course, bro. I appreciate you for coming through.
BraveHeartEnt Entertainment. I appreciate these platforms that give me a voice to speak, and we help each other out and put each other through our networks, our social networks. And, you know, also we build on some real shit like this and keep each other elevating and building to the next level. So, like I said, 2023, I got a lot of goodies for y'all. We just gonna keep having fun. We gonna keep making the dopest shit. And we gonna keep relating to y'all, man. So, ComKingCausey.com. Holla at me, man. You feel me? And we'll see if we get this release party 3 that he talking about.
Man, yo, I really appreciate you for coming through for this, bro. This was dope, man. I love this, and I love these type of conversations where I get somebody who's a real hip hop head and really tapped into the industry and the game, bro. So I gotta salute you for that, bro.
Salute, man. You know what? When the next project come out or the next moves are in play, we'll do another one and we'll catch y'all people up out there on what we all doing and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna be bigger at that point. Yo, it's your boy B Hill, BraveHeart Entertainment, Heavy A Studio. I got my man It's Causey in here. Look, man, I'm gonna catch you on the next one.